What's going on, guys? Welcome to Rob's house. I'm really excited today. I've been planning this video for a long time. It's going to span a few weeks, so if you're watching this now, it's already in the new year 2021. So I hope everyone had an amazing holiday season and a very happy new year. Anyway, I kind of went off the grid the last couple of weeks, spending some time with family for the holidays and just kind of taking a break. But I have something planned. The Corvette is over at Freedom Motorworx and we're doing a full-blown engine overhaul. We'll go over the whole parts list and everything when we get there. All right, guys, we made it. Check out the Mustang today. I got her all nice and clean yesterday. She's gonna be chilling in the garage for the next month or so while we're working on the Vet. So that said, we got a lot of big plans to the Vet. I'll go over the rundown with you guys. Let's get inside, let's check it out. I dropped the Vet off yesterday, so it's here on a lift. Let's go see what JT's up to. There she is, everyone. Dropped her off last night. Give you guys a rundown on what we're actually doing to this thing. We are pulling the motor, although today we're probably just gonna pull the heads off, but we are gonna be pulling the motor. We're doing Texas speed, ported heads, and camshaft package. Griptech upper pulley, ATI lower pulley? Is the ATI is the brand? Yeah. ATI, yeah, lower pulley with a plus 9% overdrive on the blower section. So we're basically gonna max out the factory blower. We are gonna order a Texas speed heat exchanger expansion tank. For this, we're gonna do a monster 3-disc clutch as well. Basically all the supporting mods that I would need to eventually do a secondary fuel system and a bigger blower in this car to make huge power numbers. Spoiler alert. And a flex fuel sensor. So we're gonna teach the car how to drink corn. That's pretty much the plan. We have some other minor supporting mods for the car, like I think the cam kit comes with push rods and VVT lock, but we also ordered a DoD delete kit, so no more 4-cylinder mode displacement on demand. We had tuned that out already, but usually when you're building these motors, you order a DoD delete kit anyway, so we're gonna be plugging all that stuff up. And then, oh, another reason I wanted to do the ATI harmonic balancer is because the harmonic balancers in LS and LT engines are notoriously garbage. I forget, I think it's like SFI is the standard. I forget what the standard's called, but there is a standard for these balancers and GM's balancers don't meet the standard. So don't ask me why they use them in these cars or why they haven't improved on the balancers. But anyway, that's why we ordered an ATI one. That's what the forums say is the best. That's the one that JT also recommended. He works on a lot of LS stuff and I trust him. The factory fuel system can provide a lot more than it does from the factory. So this is basically gonna be a max effort stock blower build for now. And because we're putting a custom Texas speed cam in it, it's gonna chomp, so that'll be pretty cool. Today our plan is just to get the heads off and out of the car so that we can mail them out to Texas Speed tomorrow. Texas Speed's gonna then port them and send it back to us with the rest of the parts that we ordered through them. That I think is a 3 or 4 week turnaround time. We've got Christmas and New Year's in the mix, so I wouldn't be surprised. I think they say 3 weeks, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 4. So this video is actually gonna span about a whole month, but I figured this should be a cool way to kick off the new year with a fresh build on the car. This thing is gonna be just absolutely outrageous. That said, eventually this will be a 4-digit horsepower car. So spoiler alert, that is where this build is going. That is the plan that I have for it long term. You know, first things first, let's get all the supporting mods done, get this motor nice and built up. Fortunately, you don't have to do anything to the bottom end of these cars because they're already forged, forged pistons, forged rods. You know, it's just doing head work, more or less. We don't normally get this view of the car. So when I did the undergo install, this is the kind of zip tied the wires and stuff, try to make it neat. This is what it looks like underneath a Vet. And then of course, because it's a Corvette, we have the transmission mounted in the rear of the car, which is how it gets its 50-50 weight distribution. Here is our Tremec TR6070. And then goes back into our Corsa exhaust back here, which comes on out there. Always use protection, right guys?
Always use protection.
There you go. That's the plan. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna give you guys a time lapse. I brought my other camera here to the shop. JT was kind enough to let me film. We're gonna do a time lapse of us removing the heads and status updates each day that I'm here and let you know how the build's progressing. So day 1, here we go. home. It was a successful day today. We were able to get the car about halfway disassembled. We have the heads off. Those are getting sent out to Texas Speed in the morning. When we come back, so the game plan here is when we get tracking on the heads on their way back to us, we're gonna pull the motor, disassemble everything. When the parts come in, the heads will come back with the cam kit, which includes like the VVT lock, the, you know, valve springs, push rods, blah, 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 blah. The DOD delete kit, we ordered all that from Texas Speed. They're gonna ship all of that when they ship the heads back as well. They're gonna ship it all as one thing to us. Big shout out to JT and Freedom Motorworx. This is a big job. It's gonna entail even more work and more disassembly even than we saw today. We're gonna have to you know, we're gonna have to pull the motor from the car. We are doing a triple disc clutch on the car as well, so the motor's gotta come out. It's a big project. It's not something I wanted to undertake on my own. This is not something that I felt confident doing on jack stands in my garage. These guys are professionals. They've done these things 1,000 times. I have not. As you guys know, I am by no means a professional automotive technician by any stretch of the imagination. That is not what I do for work. This is just something I enjoy doing in my spare time. Made all the progress we wanted to make today. Heads are gonna be sent out tomorrow. We're before Christmas, right? We're the week before Christmas right now. By the time we come back, it'll probably be the new year. So like I said before, I hope everyone had a great holiday. And I'll see you next year in 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, welcome back. It is February 7th, 2021. So we fast forwarded a little over a month. All the parts are at Freedom Motorworx now. Ported heads have been returned back to us. So today we're gonna pull the motor out. Let's get rolling. So the car's on the lift. We took the plate that kind of like covers the X pipe off so we can get the headers out, and we found that this X pipe actually has high flow cats. So
shitty ones at that.
Shitty ones, but that makes JT's tuning abilities more impressive. That I wanted to get on video because we made 650 wheel horsepower in this car with cats, which is nuts. Hold on, maybe they could see them in the video if I shine the light.
Be able to see it in there. There, in there.
Oh yeah. You can see back there, you see all that packing? It's just like choking it.
Yeah, it looks like shitty packing.
It's like shitty packing, yeah. But you figure, obviously, that's hurting our exhaust flow a lot. So this means two things. One, we're gonna see even more power gains than we thought, probably, honestly, because there was restriction. So we're gonna remove that. And the other thing is, this car was already loud. It's gonna be really loud now. That's funny. So the reason we thought it didn't have cats is because we went into the tune, the readiness wasn't there. We hadn't taken that giant plate. What's that plate called, JT? That big metal plate that sits below when the exhaust is installed, right? It sits up higher, and then there's this metal plate. You've probably seen it in some of my other videos, but anyway, so we couldn't actually see. On the factory X pipe, the cats are a little bit, like they're way bigger, so there's kind of like a hole that you can see into, even with the brace installed, and you would be able to see the factory cats. So I knew that wasn't there, but I didn't know that there were high flow cats in there. So JT, so Freedom Motorworx can get your Corvette to do 650 wheel horsepower with a set of cats still installed.
Seems that way.
So even if you need to pass emissions, this is still the place to get your car tuned. All right, guys, headers are out, and we're beginning the disassembly process to pull the motor. I'm gonna time lapse as JT does that, and we'll be back here in a little bit. Here she comes. She's out.
All right, come on down near the floor.
She's out.
I'll get an engine hoist in the morning, engine stand in the morning, and take care of it. Set her down.
There it is.
Good right there.
Sick. Just a lot of things to take out that were in the way.
It's definitely more involved than a C6.
Yeah.
C6 is way easier.
Cold start. Yes. All right, guys, that wraps up day one. Disassembly at this point is mostly complete. We just have to disassemble the motor. I was talking to JT earlier. He said we should be able to start the car sometime this week. Hopefully get it on the dyno by the end of the weekend or early next week at the latest. So everything's going according to plan so far. Fingers crossed that it continues to go that way, and we'll be back for day two. Day two.
Day 3.
Well, yeah, day 2 of this segment, but yes, day 3. We're about to unbox some shit. Let's see what we got. ATI.
That would be your dampener.
Dampener. This is probably the overdrive.
Oh, that's the cap for your tank.
Oh, for the expansion tank?
That's probably what's in there.
Oh, okay. They were efficient. This is our 10% overdrive, right? Yeah, 10% overdrive.
Yep.
Hey. Stickers and a keychain?
Yeah, they will throw all kinds
Dude,
of box.
That's what we need right there. Hell yeah.
They will box
Hell yeah, brother. What's in the next box? Stickers at 50 horsepower, man. The Honda boys now. Head gaskets. All right.
Yep, head gaskets.
Head gaskets. Exhaust gaskets. Oh, yes. Oh, this is what we care about. Well, we care about all of it, but...
Water pump gaskets.
Water pump gaskets.
Crank bolt.
Crank bolt.
Valley gap.
Something.
That's those little things I was talking about where you just hammer them in the holes.
Oh, the DOD plugs?
Yeah,
Nice.
New cam bolt.
What's this guy?
Those are the trays for the lifters.
Interesting.
These are your push rods. This is your new chain.
These are the push rods?
Yeah, it should be.
This is lifter. LS7 style lifter.
Oh.
That's not a push rod, dude. Look at the picture.
Yeah, whatever, same thing.
Same thing. Those are push rods.
Yeah, those are push rods.
Those are push rods.
Sometimes they come in the same box.
Interesting.
And then head studs.
Head bolts, nice. So, obviously, anyone tuning in probably cares the most about what's in this box. Put it face down over here. The specs are over there. We're not looking at those. This is the Freedom Motorworx custom design cam made by JT. So, if you want one, you gotta come here. This is it. This is the source of the chomp. What else do we have?
Well, that's the tank.
That's the tank? Oh, okay. Blower tank? Blower tank? Blower tank? Yes, no, maybe? What do we got? Definitely blower tank. Blower tank. This will hold the more liquids. Box inside a box. There's one. Yeah, so JT saves the boxes so that when he ships heads out to them, he can ship them in these boxes because they're actually really good. There it is.
They don't do a whole lot of porting on there. I mean, they open them up a little bit, but it's not crazy like some of the heads.
They also don't charge that much for it, so I feel like it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, you get the valve spring kit and everything for what that was. So.
Right. Look at the valves.
Yeah,
Wait, hold on. Let me get the light going on.
Of course, they keep.
Oh, yes. Look at that. There's nothing on it, dude.
Yeah, I don't think we don't. No, we use the factory valves. We don't upgrade valves on these.
Right, but I'm saying, I'm sure there was a lot of buildup on them.
Oh yeah, they clean everything. Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah,
you can see where they CNC'd it.
Yeah, the exhaust they open up pretty good. The intakes
and then in here a little bit.
They open up pretty big on the intakes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can see a lot in the back there.
Yeah, and then they get in the bowls and do a lot of bowl work, but...
Yeah. That's my amateur YouTube unboxing video. I am not an unboxer. That is not what I do on YouTube at all. Dude, these are like, it's like having brand new heads. They really do a good job cleaning these valves. Well, there you have it. That's all of our stuff. Should I get the time lapse?
Who you want?
Time lapse time. Enjoy.
I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like like a blazing flare. Don't stare, 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares too. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Gotta put rockers in, but the motor's basically together, sort of. We have to put a clutch on it.
And get some spark plugs.
And get some spark plugs, yeah. So everything's in. Cam, VVT lock, DOD delete, all that's done. Heads are on.
Head studs.
Head studs, yep.
Everything's cleaned up and resealed.
Things cleaned up and resealed.
C7R or whatever you want to call it, time and chain.
Race car chain.
Yeah. I think what they consider is a pre-stretched chain.
Pre-stretched.
Like a hard, they got like hardened links and stuff, and then they're pre-stretched.
Oh, interesting.
I'm not sure how they do that, but
so it's invincible.
yeah, sure.
Okay, sure. Yeah, the chain's invincible. So we'll go with that. All right, what are we on, day 4?
Yeah.
Day 4. Gonna put the motor back in today. So motor's all assembled. JT did some stuff after I left the other night. Like he put the balancer on, a couple other small things, but anyway. The motor was pretty much done in that last time lapse that you guys saw. We also have the monster triple disc clutch here. This thing is a heavy boy, dude. Oh my god. That thing legit weighs like 100 pounds. No joke. This heavy duty stuff. If I somehow break this thing, it will be impressive and it'll also be user error. I think he had my headers machine today, actually. I have to ask him about that. The manifolds were a little bit, like the manifold connections were slightly bent. Like we could see a little residue where there was like a little bit of a header leak. So nothing crazy, but just like very, very slight leak. So anyway, got that machined out. Explaining to people why the motor's out of the car. It exploded. No, it didn't. I was gonna stumble through an explanation of what you have to do to the bell housing, and then I decided to not do that because I'll just let the master talk.
Oh, so there's a spacer that goes in for the triple, and it pushes the slave cylinder out, and you have to trim out in here so it still fits.
Got it.
So like right here has to be trimmed down.
So we trim that down because the spacer will sit there.
Forward, like
yeah,
that far.
I see.
So I just Sharpie mark it and hit it with a grinder.
So we're gonna Sharpie mark it and hit it with a grinder. That's what we're gonna do. Tell the good people we had to do old school.
Oh. Only them noises. Oh, need that.
We had to break out the air tools because it wasn't going with the hand ratchet. It wasn't getting it done. The electric one. The shitty electric one wasn't getting it done. So we had to break out the big guns. Well, it's off, and we're going to hold on before we start doing that. Let me just so we're gonna make an aluminum mess. I'm gonna stand back. Yeah, I'm not gonna get anywhere near that. Have fun. So he's gonna clearance that so that the spacer fits, and then we can start thinking about putting the motor back in. So they're taking the X pipe off. That's what that noise is. Anyway, the reason they're doing that is because we, like I said earlier in the video, we found out that there's actually some like really crappy high flow catalytic converters in there. Got the motor ready to go back in, and that's what we're gonna do tonight. Put the clutch and motor in, and then we can begin final assembly tomorrow. So, or the next day, depends. All right, spacers in. This guy is actually a remote bleeder, so we can bleed the clutch without having to get underneath the car. So that'll mount somewhere up top that's accessible to us. Flywheel, we're gonna put that on. There's the rusted guts of the monster clutch.
Oh, that's heavy. When we're done, it'll probably bring a whole motor like back centered again.
Because of all the weight? Yeah, it's super heavy. How many chuggas are required?
At least 10.
We gotta torque it down, but the motor is actually, not only did it level off, but it is now tilting this way instead of this way because the clutch is so heavy. Listen, their clutch lives up to their company name. It is a monster clutch. Up we go. The torque tube was sagging a little bit. The time has come. Power plant going back in. She's back in. Still got a lot to do, but
yeah, there's a lot.
So blower snout tomorrow, putting the new pulley on.
Blower snout and just putting everything.
Put it, and then everything
underneath back together, and then up top.
Yeah.
And radiator and stuff Saturday, and
right.
Like to get everything underneath put back together.
Day 4 complete. We'll end it with the first startup. So we'll do tomorrow and we'll do Saturday. We'll end this video with the first start, and then on Sunday I'll probably do a separate video for dyno tuning. So anyway, be back tomorrow. Check in tomorrow. All right, on today's episode, this is day 5.
6, 7, 8.
6. I don't even know what day it is. It's Saturday, and we're tuning the car tomorrow, which means we have to build a car today. So on today's episode, we figure out how fast can JT build a car. All right, headers are back on. Put a bunch of other shit on. What did we put on? Starter, the oil cooler. Motor mount. Oh, right, yeah, the wiring harness on this side was not routed through the motor mount. I don't know why they do that, but that is the way it's supposed to go. Oh, we have to do the blower snout still too. Yeah. Oh, and we have to hope that we have a belt. All right, status update. So we're getting there. Spark plugs are in, valve covers are on. Got a couple more things on the front to put on. Oh, we gotta do the expansion tank too.
Oh, blower's next.
All right, blower's in. Got the Griptech upper pulley installed. JT's working on the little gasket for the lid. We got the new Nitrous Express lid going on.
And you just need the nitrous.
Now we just need the nitrous. Maybe.
Wait.
Probably not.
This one is not the nitrous one. I have two different versions. This one's not the nitrous one. This is just the one. You can use the water method. The other one, there's a channel. I'm trying to figure out which side's the back. This is the back. There's a channel that go right here. There's a hole here and a hole back here. And there's a spray bar in the middle.
Oh, interesting. I'm probably not gonna
You don't need nitrous.
do any of that stuff anyway, yeah. We have the blower. We still need to do the flex fuel sensor.
May not be. We might be starting it tonight and then add that and a few extra things tomorrow before we put them on.
Okay. Well, this is all the stuff that's left. We're putting the accessories back on now. Blower lid's on. A couple of the accessories are on, but doing that. We'll throw the belts on. Then we'll lift it, do the exhaust, bring it back down, fill it up, and start her up. Yeah, we're close. We're very close. All right, guys, so we're just about done putting all this stuff back together. We don't have the right size belt, unfortunately. The one we had is a little bit too short, so we'll be getting a different size drive belt in the morning. For now, we will at least be able to start the car without it. We won't get any like blower noises or anything, but we still will at least be able to start it up and hear it run. I'm nervous. Here goes nothing. It's gonna be loud.
Make sure it's in neutral.
It is.
It lives.
It lives.
I'd probably shut it off.
Huh?
Probably shut it off.
Well, it's alive. Oh, there's a lot of smoke.
That's just shit on that.
Oh. Well, so it kind of sounded like shit. We're gonna start again, or should I get out? All right, start number 2. It's still kind of fast idling. Probably got to give it a second.
Probably all pissed off on the torque shit too.
Yeah.
It's not gonna sound like an NA fucking crazy chop.
Yeah.
But this cam's gonna make a lot of pop.
It's still chomping. There we go.
Alright. Don't wanna fucking run it too long.
Ignore all the smoke. There's a lot of shit on the headers. It's gonna do that. But I want chop.
Well, it will chop.
It was starting to do it there at the end. Well, it runs. So we'll be back
It lives.
tomorrow or Monday. All right, so expansion tank's in. Fits pretty nice for a $250
I mean, it's like
tank.
a third of the price of most of them.
Yeah, I know. For some reason, they're all insanely expensive.
For a third of the price, it fits really well.
We got the right belt in there now. The flex fuel line is run, but we just have to get to the computer now and plug that pin in. Then we got to lift the car up, do the exhaust, the connection pipes, put a couple panels on, and we're good to go.
Yeah, and fluids.
And fluids, right, yeah. All right, so we got the ECU plug hanging out of here. It's kind of annoying, you have to like peel the fender back and stuff. JT's shortening the wire appropriately for the flex fuel sensor. How much did you pull out? Yeah, that's a lot.
Kind of went in the fender, down the fender, and back.
We could have went in the fender, down the fender, and back for no reason. Shorten that up, I'll get it installed. I think pin 38 is the one that we have to install into. This is Mr. Grouchy Pants. Mikey. This is Mr. Grouchy Pants. This is the first day that he hasn't growled at me. You didn't growl at me today. You were so nice. Yes. You're a good dog. You're a good dog. Yes. All right, exhaust is back in. The little brace is back on. JT custom welded some connection pipes there to get rid of the cats. We're putting this plastic thing back on the bottom, and then we'll fill it up with coolant and hear it chomp. All right, wheels are back on. All right, time to start her up. Everything is good. We got coolant in the system. We got the expansion tank filled up. We're gonna let it breathe. Hood's back on. For the last bit of this video, I'll give you some idles. First start, Lee. Lee's here hanging out. He wanted to see this thing. Wow. Yeah, we're chomping. It's chopping.
I told you it's chopping.
We're getting the shop's attention now. Everyone wanted to.
Yeah.
sounds sick, dude. Dude, it sounds so sick, dude. Fuck yeah. All right, guys, we're home. It was a successful day over at Freedom Motorworx. The car's done. The car is home, as you can see. So super excited. I just want to give a big shout out to all the guys at Freedom Motorworx, especially JT, the owner. Really appreciate you doing all this work on this car. You guys did a great job. You'll have to stay tuned for the next video to see how much power this thing makes on the dyno. We're going to tune it on both pump cast and E85. But that about wraps it up for this video. So as usual, I hope this video is helpful. I hope this video is entertaining, and I'll see you guys next time.
Reach for the stars, 'cause we're